Okay, so let's get into the Marvel news. So I don't know if y'all seen it, but yeah, they decided to do this rollout of all the actors who are going to appear in Avengers Doomsday, because I already told you they're about to start filming it. I know they're already in principal photography. I don't know if they actually started officially shooting. I don't know when the shooting date is. Maybe it is in the article. I have to check. But for the most part, Avengers Doomsday, while it's exciting, the list of stars that are going to make an appearance, and I'm going to read all of y'all them as we, as I go further into the topic. I just thought the rollout was stupid. I was like, this is the best y'all can come up with. Like, y'all basically showing the back of these chairs that the actors sit in on set, and it just shows their names. And I was sitting there watching it, and I'm having to fast forward because they spent way too much time on the back of one chair before they went to the next one. And I'm like, this whole rollout is stupid. Maybe what y'all should have did would just put a whole video together and just kind of did. Remember how like in the soap operas where they basically just showed the actor and then the name and all the other stuff. Maybe y'all should have did that, like an opening theme, whatever, and just have like the Marvel Cinematic Universe music, and it just show all the people, all the superheroes that's going to make an appearance, and the actors who's going to play them, because they've all been on the screen pretty much in the film. That would have been way more exciting. Or y'all could have just had a press conference and had them all just kind of come out. But it might have been difficult to do that because I'm sure like a lot of the actors are probably in the middle of doing things. So they probably wouldn't have been available to all show up in one space. But then again, if all the money Marvel got, y'all could afford to fly them all out and have them do this. So they assembled a live stunt on social media where it is cycling through actors on set chairs to unveil the names of the cast in the Russo brothers Avengers Doomsday. So now the cast announced so far, and this is a shout out to the Hollywood Reporter for this, include MCU mainstays such as Chris Hemsworth, who plays Thor, Anthony Mackie, who is now Captain America, Sebastian Stan, who played the Winter Soldier, Paul Rudd, who plays Ant-Man, Letitia Wright, who I guess for now is still Black Panther, Wyatt Russell, who plays U.S. Agent, Simu Liu, who plays Shang-Chi, which sidebar, before we get to the rest, did y'all see this video? I don't know if it's an April Fool's joke or what, but there was a picture that I saw of a show that's coming out on April 11th on Hulu, which Simu Liu is hosting, and it has a bunch of D-list celebrities on there. And from what it looks like, there's a couple on there I don't even know who the hell they are, but the ones I recognized, it had Kim Zolciak, it had Omarosa, it had Spencer Pratt, Vouch Mirkovsky, and Cynthia Bailey. Those are the only five that I recognize. Everybody else on there, I'm like, I don't know who the other white folks are, but and then there was a little mulatto child on there. But other than that, I was like, damn, Simu, this is what you're doing. And then he did that movie where he was trapped in somewhere with Woody Harrelson, and that movie came and went like a wet fart, so nobody went to go see that. But it's good to see that finally we getting Shang-Chi back, because we've been saying for the longest we want Shang-Chi back. And the funny enough, I actually expected Shang-Chi to make an appearance in Secret Wars. I was not expecting Doomsday, but they made the announcement. Now, who else? Okay, so they have Florence Pugh, who plays Yelena Belova, who you know is now Black Widow, and Danny Ramirez's fine ass, who you know is playing the Falcon. I didn't particularly care for how they wrote him in Falcon. I mean, in not Falcon. Well, he was a Falcon Winter Soldier, but I didn't like how they wrote him in this last Captain America, Brave New World. I didn't like how they played his character. So who knows? I'm hoping that with the Russo brothers and everything that they'll actually do, excuse me, his Falcon justice. Now they said it also notably includes Kelsey Grammer, who plays Beast. He actually played Beast in the X-Men: The Last Stand, and then had a cameo in the Marvels. So they have his Beast making coming back. Now, members of the Fantastic Four are also in the cast, including Vanessa Kirby, the Invisible Woman, Eben Moss-Backrack, who plays the Thing, and Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch. But there is no report about Mr. Fantastic, played by Pedro Pascal. Now, how y'all got these three mentioned, but we don't hear nothing about Pedro? Like, what's going on with that? I know y'all didn't kill his ass off. Because how you gonna have the Fantastic Four and only mention three? So Miley was good. Like, what's going on with his character? So they also said now Thunderbolt newcomer Lewis Pullman, who plays Bob, is on the call sheet along with, well, a lot of people think he's playing Sentry, but they're calling him Bob for now, along with star David Harbour, Red Guardian. Now, here was a shock that I wasn't expecting. was not expecting them to mention that Namor was coming back because I thought we was done with him in some sort of way after Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But they said Tenoch Huerta Mejia is coming back. And they're also, and because also I should also point out, excuse me, that we didn't know if he was going to be coming back because I don't know if y'all remember back in June of 2023 he was accused of sexual misconduct, which he said that he denied, and he said it was false and completely unsubstantiated, and so he dropped out of a Netflix movie, which is probably a good thing because all Netflix movies for the most part are deep and utter shit. So because of the whole media storm, he had to drop out of a movie. But then he appeared in Marvel's Echo premiere event. So I guess at that point it showed that, you know what, he was cleared. He's on good terms with them, and they have him coming back. And I don't want to hear nothing because I know y'all about to say, but what about Jonathan Majors? That's a whole nother conversation. Or what it is that, you know what, Jonathan Majors pled guilty and a lot of other stuff. They didn't, I guess, this case came and went with Tenoch. So I guess they felt like we could work with him. Now let's get into the X-Men, because there's been some X-Men characters that have been announced as well. So let's get into some of those. Now, what shook the hell out of me? Okay, now why are you playing in my face? Screen. It's like if I'm trying to scroll over, bitch. Thank you. Sometimes this thing wasn't getting on my damn nerves. Now they said Patrick Stewart, who I could have sworn died twice. Was it twice or was it 3 times? Because they killed him. Okay, first of all, he died in X-Men: The Last Stand, right? Then he died in Logan, and then he died again in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So did they find another? Did they dig into another multiverse and bring Patrick Stewart's Professor Xavier back because he'd been dead? They killed him like 3 damn times in the films. So then. Also, we're getting Ian McKellen, Sir Ian McKellen, I should say, who's coming back as Magneto. Kelsey Grammer, as I mentioned, as the Beast. Alan Cumming is reprising his role as Nightcrawler. James Marsden is coming back as Cyclops. And Rebecca Romaine, who, will always be my favorite Mystique bitch, is coming back as Mystique. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence was okay, but she irritated the fuck out of me when it came to, I don't want to sit for 8 hours in blue makeup. Okay, girl, go eat a dick somewhere. Because I'm like, if you're going to come up in here and you're going to play this character, do what needs to be done in regards. But I understand it's tedious. I understand it's annoying. Sitting up under all that damn makeup for half the damn day. You got to be up at 5 in the morning and they're applying all this blue stuff on you. But she was doing the damn most. She acted like she was so damn ungrateful. But go be ungrateful in the corner somewhere. So I like my girl, Rebecca Romaine. Although, and this was a shock because I didn't think they were going to bring back the old X-Men. I thought y'all were going to try to push it over to the new X-Men, or maybe, who knows, maybe all this is going to lead us to the next generation of X-Men and stuff. We'll have to see where they're going with this. But I'm just like, why are we announcing old X-Men? I feel in a way that, y'all think that they're doing this because it's kind of like nostalgia porn, where it's just like, oh, well, we're in a funk right now in regards of people aren't really feeling the MCU and a lot of the decisions, and they've been kind of on shaky ground in regard, post phase 3. So yeah, now we got to kind of look back, especially and get us. It started with Robert Downey Jr. coming in as Doctor Doom, and now we have y'all digging and bringing all these older characters back that we like, just so that you can get butts and seats. So it kind of makes me wonder if that's why they're picking these characters. But I'm gonna just wait and see until the film comes out and then draw to my own conclusion. So. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else that needs to be mentioned. They also said Kevin Feige first pitched Downey on the idea of returning as Doom, while Downey himself convinced the Russo brothers to return to the fold after spending the last half-decade working in a world of streaming movies, which a lot of them we talked about yesterday have not been great. So if y'all want to see the Avengers Doomsday cast announcement where they wanted to go around and they had Robert Downey Jr. showed up where he's looking like an old Charlie Chaplin, and he played him because he kind of looked a little like an old man Charlie Chaplin in the video when we watched it. But then they show all the chairs of all the celebrities and all the actors. Well, basically all the actors. Okay, so now Pedro Pascal was announced because literally when I'm looking at the still, you can see Pedro Pascal's seat is next to his chair is next to Robert Downey Jr.'s. I don't know. So this is the cast so far. If I did miss any actors, because this is all I was able to gather thus far before I went live with the show. But if there's any other ones that I missed, definitely drop it down in the comments. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of this latest announcement? I said the way they did the rollout, I just thought was just dumb. But I'm excited to see the movie and what they plan. What's the story and what they're planning on going with it. I mean, and because, well, who knows? Maybe now, I guess after this, then we'll see where they go with Secret Wars and what new characters they're going to also introduce into the fold and how they're actually going to introduce the next generation of X-Men. Because it's like, everybody in here is of a certain age. I'm just glad y'all didn't say Wolverine because I'm tired of, I like Hugh Jackman, but I'm just like, can we move on from Wolverine being in something? So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.